Welcome back, Luke Thomas Show. All right, as promised, big show today. 5 p.m., Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang is going to be here. But right now, the champ is here. Maybe the future champ. He is your UFC featherweight champion of the world. He takes on Dustin Poirier for the interim lightweight title at UFC 236, April 13th in Atlanta, Georgia, live and exclusively on pay-per-view. Max Blessed Holloway. Hi, Max.
What's up, boss?
How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good. I didn't see you break down one of my fights before this fight, so thank you for not helping Dustin. I'm pretty clear. I know who you're going for in this one. So
I have terrible news for you.
Oh, did you break down something? Oh my gosh.
So no, you'll actually like this.
Okay.
So there's no big. So what I usually do is for the Monday Morning Analyst, I usually wait until a fight is over and then you fought on pay-per-view or something. Yeah. So there's no fight this weekend. So I have to look ahead. Yeah. So the week after next, of course, is going to be your fight on the 13th in Atlanta, UFC 236. I did some digging, and I can't tell you which I'll tell you off the air. Yeah. There is a boxer, a famous boxer. You two are not identical, but there's something you do when you're heating things up rounds 3 and 4 for you. Yeah. You did it against Ortega. It is just like this boxer, and I'm going to show you side-by-side footage. It's nearly identical. I almost essed my pants when I saw it. I'm like, Max is gonna love this. That'll come out on Monday.
That's why I love you, man. The things you do is amazing. The things you break down. I actually, to be honest, I actually had a lot of guys, a lot of my teammates, or some people that talk to me. They ask me, "Oh, like how do you do this? How you do that?" And I try to explain it to them, and I can't get it through them. And I'm like, you know what? I told them, like, you know what? Luke Thomas just broke down one of my fights. Go. If you want to understand, go. Maybe he can get you too. And then a couple of them came back. I was like, yeah, that was helpful. Thank you.
That's amazing.
And that's why you're the man. That's like I'm dead serious, man. When me and my team gonna run to a stump of like we can't find something, I'm gonna have you and you're gonna get hired.
Deal. You know what's funny though? In thinking about that, I went back and I watched your first fight with Dustin.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll be honest. You're unrecognizable. First of all, you're smaller.
Yeah.
You can see how much smaller. Yeah. What were you, 20 in that fight?
Yeah, I was 20.
And also, oh my God, like you weren't a bad fighter. Don't misunderstand me, but like you watched the Ortega fight, and then you go back and you watch that one. Yeah. It's two completely different guys.
Funny story. Like, I didn't have to cut weight. I was 146.5 pounds before the day before weigh-in, and so I was like 0.5. I was like, we can, I'm not gonna eat. But my coach and my coach Ryan Lazarus and Dustin Poirier, an ex-UFC fighter, a vet, they went out and it was snowing that day. It was February 4th. We fought Super Bowl weekend. It was cold and it was snowing that on Thursday, I think. So when they went to go by a Wednesday, and then I told them, look, guys, I don't have to cut weight. Like, this is great. They're like, no, we got all this bat stuff to make the hot bat in the cold. We walked 20 minutes for this. You're getting in this tub. And that's how come I weighed in like 144 pounds because they made me cut weight. I was like, crazy. You guys is ridiculous. And then, that's how it went. And then how you said, too, like, that fight is totally different because I remember, how we got to get down there 2 hours early. You got to do all the pre-doctor checks.
For the weigh-ins?
No, for the fight.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You wrap your hands, and in the back how we got a little TV we can watch the monitor. Mm-hmm. And we got there early, and we was the main event on the FX card. At that time was FX, and we was the main event on that. And I remember looking, and it was empty. I was like, oh, this is cool, you know what I mean? Like, not too much pressure. It'd be fine. And then when we walk out, the damn thing was filled. It was a Nick Diaz versus Condit card. And it was like super full. It was right before the main event. And it just filled up. I didn't even notice. And then I remember going from 0 miles per hour to 200 miles per hour. I remember telling myself not to faint when Bruce Buffer was announcing my name. Like, I was feeling weak in the knees. And I was like, just don't fall down, Max. You're on national TV. Don't faint right now on national TV. And then, the fight happened. And it was fun. It was fun. I like the way they're pushing this fight and stuff. And all the stuff that they're doing to push out this fight is great. They did that end game one with the end game stuff, the Avengers. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The 13 one, and then the rewind is a pretty sick promo. So it's pretty cool.
If and when you win at UFC 236, you done with featherweight?
We see, there's a bunch of guys, like I said, you even talked about them, you even talked about certain guys. I think so. The 45 division, I think the UFC, the Zabits, the Alex, the Renato, I think so. UFC, they all got like one win in the top 10. I think so. UFC want them to bake in the oven a little bit more, and we go from there. UFC know I'm one call away. That's just what I said. I tell them all the time, if you guys if they want me there, they would have had me there. They send the contract that I thought so was gonna be Tony, and then when I saw the contract, everything filled out, and then had the name Dustin Poirier on top. I was kind of blown away, but I was like, okay, cool. I signed this, and if they gotta resend another contract because maybe they've sent the wrong name, then they send the wrong name. But if not, this is the guy. This is the guy.
So, okay, how much different is it you haven't weighed in yet, but just for the camp, it's just 10 pounds, but it's a very critical 10 pounds. It feels like. So how are you feeling? What are you doing to make sure that you get? Because you have to go up in 10 pounds, but you want to make sure you're doing that the right way.
Yeah, you don't want to look 10 pounds chubby.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So what are you doing and how are you feeling?
We're eating great. I'm eating good. I feel great. All my training partners tell me they can feel the difference. My mid coach can feel the difference. One of the other head coaches that helps run the gym when Rylan Lazar is not there, my man Matt Isoda, he's one of those guys like all camp. Like I give him a hard time. He gives me a hard time. He's like, I can't wait. Every time I fight 45, he knows when it's getting down to the crucial because I don't come in. I don't talk to him. I don't. Me and him, this guy, I run him to the ringer all the time. Like I just run him to the ringer, and then this one it didn't disappear. He was like, man, I want 45 max back because the gym is way more quieter when you're 45 max. Yeah, everybody's seen it. It's seen a good difference. I feel good. I feel good. I look great. Most of the time the face is a little bit more slimmer. I got a little bit cheeks to yet, so I love it.
You look normal.
Yeah. I guess I look normal.
Yeah. You looked about like this when I saw you in Brooklyn before you fought Khabib.
Yeah.
It was about the same as you, and of course things didn't go right there, but no worries about the weight cut, right?
No worries. Zero
because that was a last minute 1 week notice thing.
Yeah, that was like literally 6 days, and it is what it is. And we was on our way. Like I told you, they came in and we was here. They came in. They didn't like the way I looked, and that's what they're for. Doctors is there for a reason. They're there for protect me from myself, and that's how they felt. That's how they felt. I'm not gonna do anything. And if this is basketball, I definitely wouldn't say nothing because basketball they've been getting fined like crazy for talking about the refs.
Yeah. Max Holloway joins us here in studio on the Luke Thomas Show. So Max, let's talk about Dustin for a second. Someone asked me the other day. They go, who has changed more since that first fight? Which is not the same question of, who's better, which I have some ideas about too, but just who grew more since then. To me, it's pretty clear you grew more.
Yeah.
However, he has grown too.
Yes.
When you look at him today and you size him up as an opponent, what do you notice in terms of how different he was from the first time?
He's definitely I think so. He's definitely more stand-up-ish, I guess. I think so. He changed more from his like, I guess so. When I took the fight with him, it was simple. When I took the fight with him, they gave me they told me, do you want to fight a black belt in jiu-jitsu or a striker? And I said, of course, a striker. That was my first UFC debut. And not knowing that the striker at the time was actually pretty damn good on the ground, and he was ranked number 4 in the world when I fought him. So it's like it was pretty crazy. I didn't know who he really was, but I think so. His a lot of things grew. We both grew. Change in looks and the fighting styles. I think his fighting style, he got a little bit more at 55. I think so. He got a little bit more grimier. At 45, you wouldn't see. He did have these wars here and there, but nothing like how his 55 fights look. And I think so it's because that 10 extra pounds he could have, and he was one of those guys that like in my position, whenever somebody tell me after I done fighting stuff, they're like, "Oh, Max, you're looking big." Like Dustin was looking huge. Like that dude. You definitely are huge right now. That's the kind of thing that you would say. So at the end of the day, I think he grew a lot, and we both grew a lot, and I just can't wait. A lot of people at this fight was just like the Ortega fight. Everybody was saying that it's going to be a fight of the year. You know what I mean? And this and Canada and blah, blah. It's cool. I respect that. But I don't, to be the number 1 pound for pound in the world, you can't be having this fight of the years with people. I don't want to. To be the number 1, clear cut number 1, I want to be like how I did the last fight. Be like, wow, what was that? Is this kid from this earth? Like, what did we just watch? What did I just witness? And that's the way I want to carry myself.
It's kind of a weird question, but in that 4th round, which was a historic level of output, like literally you had over 100 strikes that you landed in that 4th round, which is more than often UFC fighters land total in a 3 or 4 round bout. Was there any part of you where being like, not merely how is this guy up here, but like feeling bad about putting that kind of damage on a guy?
Yeah, there's this little clip going around that I'm surprised you didn't ask me about it, but everybody that came before did ask me about it. Was about me lifting his hands up after I cracked him with 2 rights, and I grabbed his wrist and I put his hands up, and everybody's like, "Are you helping him?" I was like, "Dude, sometimes a guy need help, and I told him after maybe we should be friends, like, I was like, yeah, here, this is where this belongs," and then he blocked my left hook. I was like, there you go. I even clapped for him after that. You can watch the fight. So it was it was funny, it's for sure, and I never ever once crossed my mind of like, wow, what I'm gonna do to put this guy down. My mind is always like, I'm just gonna keep hitting you. Like, it's cool, you taking damage, good for you, thank you, you helping me, like everybody keeps saying I'm in the record books, but if he wasn't as tough as he was, I would have not set that record. So so kudos to him.
Is a fight at 155, even if it's just a little bit, is it slightly slower than a 145 bout, or are they mostly the same speed?
We're about to find out. We find out April 13. I feel like I can keep this speed maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I just saw someone break down something about I know Leslie Smith was in front of me. And then
most significant strikes landed.
Yeah, and Justin Gaethje is in front of me now. So that's one I think I gotta get. I gotta get in front of these guys. So maybe we might see a higher output.
You might have to go over a little bit longer to get that, though.
Yeah, we see what happens. We see what happens. I can't wait.
Do you always intend on striking? You never even try to take anybody down, and I know you've worked in your ground game pretty significantly.
Yeah, we work. I work everything. This is mixed martial arts.
Does it ever enter? I mean, against Ortega, okay, whatever, I get it. And Poirier's pretty good on the ground too. But you've had some other ones you fought that I thought would have been a good opportunity. You just decided not to.
Yeah, it's just like a magician. I that's what I carry myself around. Like a magician never shows his tricks. So and then you don't dig. I don't have to dig that deep. Like, oh, why dig that deep in my bag and be like, look, I can do all of this. All of this is cool. Everybody keeps saying, why don't you do this, this, and this? It's like, why? Tell him to stop my striking. If this guy stopped my striking, then you get to see another aspect of my game. But other than that, my mind is like, they don't deserve this. You don't deserve to see this other part. These guys can't get past level 1. There's levels to this. Get past level 1, and then maybe you can see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's just my mindset. My mindset is, if they can't get past one thing, why am I going to show them anything else? We don't need to.
Fair enough. Now, this bout for you will be the first in this ESPN era. The pay-per-views are going to be through ESPN Plus. I'm wondering what you make of that.
We're about to find out. We see. I hope it goes good. Everybody's having a hard time, but I keep on trying to tell them it's not that hard. Just download the app and just order it through the app. But then everybody's like, oh, we can put it on the TV and this and that. I'm like, I think so. People's gonna figure it out. This is the way they're going. Everything is. I think so. I think so. I know what UFC is trying to do with ESPN, and ESPN is trying to do with the streaming thing. And I think it's smart, and I think it's great. But we see what happens.
It's a transition period.
Yeah, I think it is. It definitely is, and I think it's great. I think it's great for business, but we see what happens. And I don't know. Sometimes I'm always the first to do something for this company, so it's great. So maybe I'd be like, give me the first like $5 million, $10 million fighter. I don't know, $100 million. So you be seeing baseball contracts like up here and stuff. It's like so crazy. I mean, breaking news every time on ESPN apps. Like some pitcher dude just made $132 million the other day. I was like, what?
Yeah. How about you had Acuna Jr. from the Braves still on a rookie contract? They bought him out $100 million on an 8-year deal, and he'll be 28 when that deal is up.
My gosh. Yeah. And then you got Bryce Harper then with like 330. So when he's there, he's gonna get 330.
Fuck Bryce Harper. He left my Nationals to go to the Phillies. Fuck Bryce Harper. Although he bombed on us the other night, too. It was kind of bad.
Hey, it was funny. though. He did get striked out. And you guys all cheered.
I was booing in my living room, Max.
And then he bat flipped real hard. I was like, gosh, you did it.
The only way you could get me to dislike you if you told me you like the Phillies. Then I'd be like, Max is off the island forever. So when you pick a team, don't be picking the Phillies, Max.
I don't know.
Because then we're going to have some beef.
Shane Victorino did pretty good over there.
I guess he did. Very quickly, because I know you got a lot of things to do. First of all, have you stopped by Complex yet?
Yeah, we did.
Did they give you another set of shoes or any other gear?
He actually, my man Tony over there, I love him. He gave me the controller. He gave me a bag of the PG PlayStation bags. And
yes, I saw that.
and it actually came with controllers, the PG controllers. It comes with the bags, and he gave it to me. So that guy Tony is amazing. I even told him, like, I told him, Tony, look, what UFC was trying to do, it was like, look, you want to do an LA tour and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, if you guys can't get Tony from Complex to LA, then I'm going to New York. That's my man. That's my dude. He's my rider. So, yeah, we're here. We got to be here, and he always hooks me up.
All right, I have to ask you about this because it's always in the news. Conor McGregor's been kind of busy on Twitter. Now, you and him had a little bit of a dust-up, I think, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too much. It was the same glasses thing where it was the same thing.
Yeah.
What do you make of sort of him lashing out in the way that he has? Him and Khabib. I shouldn't leave him out either.
That thing...
It's a little weird, right?
Yeah, that's not even a fighting thing. That's how come I don't even worry about it. And I'm glad Dana White said he's going to step in and intervene. So that's good, but... these guys got such a platform, Let's talk about, what I've been saying is climate change. Everybody been telling me that it's supposed to be warmer right now, and it's cold here. Like, in Hawaii, it's cold, It's 70 degrees. Maybe not cold to you guys, but it's cold to me. Climate change is real, guys, and the earth is not flat. So let's talk about stories like that, none of this other stuff that's going on.
I'll ask you this way. Is there anything an opponent could say to get you to lash out like that?
Not at all. No.
Not possible?
Nah. You can say anything, whatever, like this and that, and it is what it is, what you can see. And at the end of the day, they see me, you know what I mean? If you want to, and see me in the octagon where we're going to get paid, I'm not trying to fight for free. I'm not going to punch you for free. I'm not going to beat you up in private. No, I want this to be public. It's going to be public shame. You get publicly shamed.
That's a great way to... UFC 236, publicly shamed. Let's talk about this very quickly. The other fight on the card is Stylebender taking on Gastelum.
Yes.
You know these two gentlemen's game. Give me a sense of what you're expecting there.
I like Stylebender.
How can you not?
Yeah. Of course, and I'm a striker. I'm a striking dude. I'm a striking strike to die. But and then you got guys like Kelvin. Like he came up. He's a wrestler and stuff, but he's been striking very good lately. So we see what happens. I don't know how it is. And I just hope it lives up to the hype. Right now, that fight is getting choke hype, and I'm excited to have a card. This last couple cards I've been on, I haven't been having any real like another bout or co-main event. So like I got blessed with these guys on the card, so I'm excited.
Well, I got to tell you, Max, I know you got to get going very quickly. I know you had that rough year and you had the great victory over Ortega. Your health is good. Everything's good.
Health is great. Everything is great. Thank you. You're one of the guys too that always when I was going through that, you reached out, and I appreciate you guys. Guys like you is what make me love this game even more. You guys, Ariel, a couple other guys, you guys don't really care about this fighting so much. I know it's your guys' job. You guys actually care about us as people and persons, and I appreciate you guys for that.
All right, well, Maxwell, I can't be there. My wife is 9 months pregnant. She's going to pop at any moment, so I won't be at your fight.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
I want to say,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it your first one?
First one.
Yeah, congratulations on what you having.
Little girl.
Congratulations. That is little girl. You lucky.
I know.
You lucky.
I'll have a mini blessed, I don't know what the female version would be, but I'll have one of those. So I can't be there, but I just want to say thank you for coming through, and we cannot wait to see your fight. UFC 236, pay-per-view through ESPN+. There's the featherweight champ of the world, maybe the next champ, Max Holloway. Thank you, Max.
Thank you, boss.
Luke Thomas Show, coming right back. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel. There's other videos you can watch right here. If you've never heard my SiriusXM radio show, there's a link in the description box below. You can try it for free for 30 days. The Luke Thomas Show airs weekdays, 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern on SiriusXM Fight Nation, Channel 93. Catch y'all next time.